You know what? I keep hearing stories from guys who swear they found the secret. Some dude at the gym claims he's drinking this weird smoothie every morning. And boom! Suddenly, he's performing like he's 25 again. Another friend insists there's this specific berry from South America that works better than any prescription pill. And then there's always that one uncle at Thanksgiving who whispers about some ancient remedy his grandfather used back in the day. Someone else told me about a special juice blend that supposedly delivers results within hours. I've even heard about exotic roots from remote forests that indigenous tribes have used for generations. But here's the million-dollar question that keeps coming up. Is there really such a thing as a natural solution? Something that actually delivers results similar to pharmaceutical options, but without needing insurance approval, without that awkward conversation at the pharmacy, and straight from your own pantry? Stick around, because today, we're diving deep into the reality behind these recipes that promise to boost blood flow, expand vascular capacity in your most important asset, and completely transform your bedroom confidence. We're going to separate fact from fiction, science from marketing hype, and give you the honest truth about what actually works. And for those of you meeting me for the first time, I'm Dr. Charles Bennett, and I've dedicated 3 decades to specializing in men's sexual wellness, particularly for mature gentlemen navigating their golden years. I've worked with thousands of patients, heard every concern imaginable, and I've seen what genuinely helps versus what's just empty promises. My mission through this channel is simple: helping you achieve peak performance and unshakable confidence when it matters most. Before we explore natural alternatives, let me break down exactly how things work downstairs. Understanding the physiology is crucial if you want to make informed decisions about your health. Everything begins upstairs in your brain. Every sensation, every visual stimulus, every thought that excites you. It all gets processed in your neural command center. Your brain is essentially the control tower for your entire sexual response system. From there, signals travel through an intricate highway of nerves, racing down your spinal cord and eventually reaching your genital region. This neural pathway needs to be functioning smoothly for everything else to work properly. Inside the penile tissue, there's a remarkable chemical environment where something magical happens. A molecule called nitric oxide gets released in significant quantities. This nitric oxide is absolutely essential. Think of it as the master key that unlocks powerful erections. When nitric oxide floods the smooth muscle tissue inside your penis, it triggers a cascade of events. The muscles relax, blood vessels expand dramatically, and blood rushes in to fill the erectile chambers. This is what creates that firmness and rigidity you need for satisfactory intimacy. In my private practice, I teach guys what I call the 3 pillars framework for optimal bedroom performance. You need all 3 working in harmony to achieve steel-hard reliability. Pillar number 1 is metabolic vitality. This means maintaining healthy hormone production, especially testosterone, and ensuring those nerve signals conduct properly throughout your body. Your metabolic health affects everything from energy levels to sexual desire to the physical capacity for arousal. Pillar number 2 is vascular excellence. You must support nitric oxide synthesis directly in the penile tissue to ensure maximum blood flow capacity. Without adequate circulation, nothing else matters. And pillar number 3 is psychological resilience. Maintaining a calm, focused mindset prevents adrenaline spikes, which are notorious erection killers. When stress hormones flood your system, they literally block the mechanisms needed for arousal. Anxiety and performance pressure can sabotage even the healthiest physiology. Now, when we discuss nutrition and supplementation, these absolutely can influence all 3 pillars positively. The foods you eat, the supplements you take, your overall lifestyle, they all contribute to your sexual function in measurable ways. Let me organize this into 3 distinct categories for clarity. First, we'll explore strategies for optimizing nitric oxide production to enhance erectile function. Second, we'll examine approaches for supporting natural testosterone synthesis to improve overall vitality and nerve function. Finally, we'll look at calming agents, foods and supplements that help combat performance anxiety and keep you mentally sharp without being tense. Starting with nitric oxide, which is arguably the most critical factor for erections. Certain foods contain precursor compounds that your body converts into nitric oxide. The star player here is beets. They're loaded with dietary nitrates that your body transforms into nitric oxide right where you need it. Studies have shown that regular beet consumption can improve blood flow throughout your entire cardiovascular system, not just in your genital region. Another champion is watermelon, rich in an amino acid called citrulline, another powerful precursor. Watermelon is actually nature's little secret weapon for circulation. Some research suggests that watermelon extract might provide modest benefits comparable to mild pharmaceutical interventions, though the effects are definitely less pronounced. Regarding supplements, the market is flooded with hundreds of products making bold claims, but only a handful have legitimate scientific backing. I want to highlight 3 specifically that have actual research supporting their use: L-arginine, L-citrulline, and pycnogenol. All 3 support the vasodilation mechanism. They help blood vessels expand and increase circulation throughout your body. Both arginine and citrulline directly contribute to nitric oxide synthesis in your body. L-arginine has been studied extensively, though results are somewhat mixed. Some men report noticeable improvements, while others see minimal effects. L-citrulline actually appears more promising in recent studies because it converts to arginine in your body and may be absorbed more efficiently. Pycnogenol, extracted from French maritime pine bark, has shown benefits particularly when combined with arginine. Shifting to testosterone optimization, this requires a different nutritional strategy altogether. You want foods rich in quality protein and healthy fats, specifically unsaturated fats that promote HDL cholesterol production. Here's something most guys don't realize. HDL cholesterol is actually a building block your body uses to manufacture testosterone. Your hormones are constructed from cholesterol molecules, which is why extremely low-fat diets can actually harm hormone production. For food sources, I'm talking about whole eggs, which contain the complete amino acid profile plus beneficial cholesterol. Don't fear the yolks. They're where most of the nutrients live. Avocados provide excellent monounsaturated fats that support cardiovascular health and hormone synthesis. And fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, or sardines deliver omega-3 fatty acids. Speaking of omega-3s, this bridges us nicely into supplementation territory. Research suggests omega-3 supplementation may enhance endogenous testosterone production. The anti-inflammatory properties of omega-3s also benefit vascular health, which circles back to erectile function. When discussing testosterone-supporting supplements specifically, 3 stand out with decent research behind them. First is Tonkat Ali, sometimes called Long Jack. Studies show it may elevate testosterone levels in men with low baseline readings. Malaysian researchers have published several trials demonstrating statistically significant increases in testosterone among men supplementing with standardized Tonkat Ali extracts. Second is fenugreek, an herb that appears to influence testosterone metabolism favorably. It may work by inhibiting enzymes that convert testosterone into other hormones, effectively keeping more testosterone available in your system. Third is maca root from Peru, which has been traditionally used for centuries, and modern research suggests benefits for libido and possibly hormone balance. Maca is particularly interesting because some studies show improvements in sexual desire even without measurable changes in testosterone levels, suggesting it may work through other mechanisms. These three have demonstrated potential for improving testosterone status, which can positively impact sexual desire and erectile quality. However, I must emphasize that if you have clinically low testosterone, diagnosed through blood work, these supplements are not substitutes for proper medical treatment. Testosterone replacement therapy, when appropriately prescribed and monitored, remains the gold standard for treating genuine hypogonadism. Finally, addressing the anxiety component that so many men struggle with. Performance pressure is real, and it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. You worry about performing well, that anxiety interferes with arousal, the difficulty confirms your fears, and the cycle intensifies. Breaking this pattern often requires addressing the psychological aspect. Folk medicine traditions worldwide recognize various teas with calming properties. Passion flower tea contains compounds with mild sedative effects that can take the edge off anxiety without making you drowsy. Chamomile has been used for generations to promote relaxation and improve sleep quality. Lemon balm tea is another option known for anxiety reduction and mood support. Perhaps you know of regional herbs where you live that serve similar purposes. Many cultures have their own calming botanicals that have been used traditionally. For a man struggling with performance anxiety, achieving a calmer state can absolutely translate to better erectile function. When you're relaxed, your parasympathetic nervous system dominates, which is exactly what you need for arousal. When you're stressed or anxious, your sympathetic nervous system takes over, pumping out adrenaline and cortisol, which directly antagonize the erectile response. In the supplement realm, two products show promising evidence for anxiety management and stress resilience. Ashwagandha is classified as an adaptogen. It helps regulate cortisol, your primary stress hormone. Elevated cortisol is associated with chronic stress and can interfere with sexual function, so bringing it down naturally helps you stay composed. Multiple studies have shown that ashwagandha supplementation can reduce cortisol levels and subjective stress ratings. The second option is L-theanine, an amino acid found in tea leaves that promotes relaxation without drowsiness. It's particularly interesting because it increases alpha brainwave activity, associated with calm alertness. Both can contribute to what I call psychological resilience, the ability to stay present and confident during intimate moments. So here's the bottom line, gentlemen. Yes, legitimate supplements and foods exist that provide nutrients and compounds supporting sexual performance. However, I need to be completely transparent with you about realistic expectations. Unfortunately, there's no magic bullet. These supplements typically produce modest improvements, and interestingly, the benefits are often most noticeable in men who don't have significant dysfunction to begin with. Let me put this in perspective using a scale. Imagine erectile function rated from 0 to 10, where 10 represents perfect, reliable performance. A gentleman currently functioning at level 7 or 8 who consistently consumes these nutrients and supplements, research shows he might improve to 7.5 or 8.5. For someone already performing well, that incremental enhancement can feel meaningful and worthwhile. But here's the critical caveat. If a man is dealing with genuine dysfunction, operating at level 3 or 4, these interventions might bump him up to 3.5 or 4.5. That's still well below functional performance, and frustration remains. This is precisely why pharmaceutical medications exist. They were developed specifically for treating significant erectile dysfunction. These medications can take a man from level 3 straight up to level 8 or even 9. The investment in research, the rigorous clinical trials, The safety data? We're talking millions of dollars and decades of scientific investigation proving both efficacy and long-term safety. I'm not suggesting you shouldn't incorporate beneficial foods and quality supplements into your lifestyle. Absolutely do so as part of a comprehensive strategy for long-term sexual wellness. A holistic approach combining proper nutrition, regular exercise, stress management, adequate sleep, and appropriate supplementation makes total sense. What I am cautioning against is the dangerous belief that some miracle powder or exotic fruit can replace medications when genuine dysfunction exists. The internet is absolutely saturated with products making outrageous promises. Works better than prescription drugs, or pharmaceutical results without side effects. These claims are simply false. No natural product has been demonstrated to match the consistent, reliable efficacy of medications specifically designed for erectile dysfunction. That said, prevention is powerful. If you're currently functioning well and want to maintain that into your later years, lifestyle optimization, including strategic supplementation, is smart. Think of it as preventative maintenance. You wouldn't wait until your car engine completely fails before changing the oil, right? Same principle applies to your sexual health. Supporting vascular health, hormone balance, and psychological well-being through nutrition and supplementation can potentially help you avoid problems down the road. I also want to address something I see constantly in my practice. Guys who experience mild difficulties immediately panic and start taking everything they can find, stacking multiple supplements, trying random internet recommendations, self-prescribing all sorts of concoctions. This shotgun approach is problematic for several reasons. First, you don't know what's actually helping if you're taking 15 different things simultaneously. Second, supplements can interact with each other and with medications you might already be taking. Third, quality control in the supplement industry is inconsistent. You may not be getting what the label claims. My advice, if you want to try supplementation, work with a healthcare provider who can guide you intelligently. Start with 1 or 2 evidence-based options. Give them adequate time to work. We're talking weeks, not days, and assess results honestly. Many erectile difficulties aren't purely physical either. Relationship issues, unresolved psychological trauma, depression, chronic stress, these factors profoundly influence sexual function. No amount of beet juice or amino acid supplementation will fix problems that require counseling or relationship work. Now, if you're dealing with actual erectile dysfunction, consistent difficulty achieving or maintaining erections sufficient for satisfactory sexual activity, please consult with a qualified physician. Erectile dysfunction can be an early warning sign of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, hormonal imbalances, or other serious health conditions. Your doctor can order appropriate tests, identify underlying causes, and develop an evidence-based treatment plan tailored to your specific situation. So, gentlemen, if you found this information valuable, I encourage you to take action on what you've learned today. Start with the fundamentals. Eat more vegetables rich in nitrates, incorporate healthy fats, manage your stress levels, and stay physically active. These lifestyle foundations matter more than any supplement ever will. Remember, this content is purely for general knowledge purposes. It does not replace evaluation by a qualified healthcare specialist. If you're experiencing concerns or symptoms, schedule an appointment with your doctor. Taking control of your sexual health is one of the best investments you can make in your quality of life.